Now, I might be dating myself with this one, but you guys remember those antivirus discs that you used to get in the mail? And it came with AOL, and you could load it up to your computer and you'd have antivirus for like 2.5 weeks. You never found anything. We're living in a time now where cybersecurity attacks are really silent. There's no breach, no pop-ups, really no alerts whatsoever. The next generation of cyber attacks won't even look like cyber attacks. But here at Infinitech, we're gonna help you prepare. We're here to decode the silent evolution, if you will, of cybersecurity and make sure you're well aware of the war going on inside of every device you own. So let's start with how the game has changed completely. Cybersecurity back in the day used to be simple. You catch a virus, and then you remove the virus, and then life is good. You can go on playing Minesweeper or whatever you were playing. This approach is only based off of cyber attacks needing to be loud. But nowadays things are shifting. You'll start to see cyber threats be a little bit more silent in their approach. Nowadays, you'll see attackers use things like living off the land, which is basically where they attach themselves to your system tools that are already on your machine. And from there, for instance, they could use PowerShell and sit back and infiltrate everything. Or you might have what we call memory-only malware, which basically gets into your machine, it executes whatever it needs to execute, and then completely disappears. And it leaves no memory whatsoever. And then there's supply chain infections, which, like SolarWinds, will take over your trusted software updates and cause havoc from there. Everything's behind the scenes. You think everything's okay, you're going about your day, and then boom, it happens. Almost like a 0-day threat. There's nothing you can do to combat it initially. Now, these aren't attacks that you can actually see. They're more so felt in the weeks or the months to come when it's already too late. The malware that you see is going to be a little bit more stealthy. It's like ninja malware or stealth tech. It used to be about smash and grab, but now malware is waiting and watching. Instead of exploiting immediately, it'll just observe. It'll sit back and watch. And when the time is right or it comes across a high value target, then it initiates. It gets access credentials, so on and so forth. It's really dangerous and crazy stuff. These variants of malware are super smart, and they're patient too. They'll just blend into your machine and wait for the right moment. There's even what's considered a clipboard hijacker, which basically will wait for you to copy the right type of information to your clipboard and take it from right under your nose. And then you have remote access Trojan horses, as if Trojan horses weren't already bad. Also known as rats. They come looking like legit files, but they just backdoor you and avoid all antivirus alerts. Or advanced persistent threats, or APTs. They'll evolve now. They'll nest in your system, and they're not just going to hit once. They're going to continue and continue and continue. That's the persistent part of things. This is just a little bit of modern cybersecurity. It's not paranoia at all. These things actually exist. Now, you'll hear the word AI, or I guess the letters AI, on this channel quite a bit because that's the latest technology. That's what everybody's talking about. But in cybersecurity, it's really an accelerant. And what that means is that it's adapting at a super fast pace, and attackers are able to use it at a super fast pace. These attackers are using AI to generate what we call polymorphic malware. And basically, this is a malware that can rewrite its code multiple times to avoid any type of detection whatsoever. Even phishing emails are starting to get good. The most trained eyes can't even tell because AI is able to get in and mimic writing styles. So you might think it's your boss, but it might not be. When it comes to recon for cybersecurity, AI is able to build things faster than any human ever could. It can scrape and build profiles at an alarming rate, which is really dangerous if you think about it. But AI isn't the villain. It can also be a weapon. And in this case, it's like a double-edged sword. Your blue team guys are going to be able to use it for any type of anomaly detection or being able to understand behavioral analytics, and you can completely automate incident response. So the cybersecurity battlefield is no longer just humans versus hackers. It's now AI versus AI. And strategy is going to be the only thing that wins the war at the end of the day. So how can we defend a threat that we can't even see? The first thing to understand is that traditional antivirus is completely outdated. We can't use that anymore. What we really need now is behavior monitoring. Things like EDR and XDR are put in place to be platforms that can spot any unusual activity, not just bad files. Another thing we need to focus on is going to be deception. Honeypots and canary tokens, they're not just going to block any suspicious activity, they're going to trap it. And third, we're going to need monitoring at a high level. We got to monitor the traffic. So if malware is not making any noise in the inside of your computer, best believe on the outbound side, it still has to communicate with the command and control center. And that's the sign that we have to look for. That's how we stop it in its tracks. In 2025, cybersecurity is less about building walls and more about deception, misdirection, and basically creating an environment where we find out where things are hiding. And finally, you have to stay educated. That's what I'm here for. The moment you stop looking for new information and following new protocols, that's when something walks through your back door into your systems and causes you to have a bad day. The future of cybersecurity is going to be extremely silent. And if you're not adapting and preparing, you're already far behind. But we got you at Infinitech. We're going to make sure you don't just know about the newest tech, but you're also well prepared for the tech that's happening behind the scenes. Stuff that you're probably not even thinking about. We got you. We'll prepare you for what's coming. Every single piece of new technology, you'll find that here. Well, mostly. It's only me. I say we, but it's really only me. Subscribe, share. You can find a full breakdown. I know this is super technical at infinitech.space for the full layout, all the details. And of course, let me know in the comments what you think about this. Have you seen it in your company already? I'd be interested to find out. Take it easy.